Hey, what's up? So, I hate it when people use animals to reference somebody's character. You know, somebody will be like, man, that used car salesman was such a snake. I have never seen a snake try to sell me a car. Do they even do that? Like, if deer started talking, would they be like, whoa, buddy, don't buy your car from a snake. They are very untrustworthy. And don't go financial with a shark either. Everybody knows dolphins are the best at that shit. Speaking of animals, you know how like a group of geese are called a gaggle and like a group of crows are called a murder? It turns out that a group of ferrets is called a business. So if you're ever at a New Hampshire pet store and they say, sorry, we're closed for business, congratulations, you just found a ferret orgy. So Federal Express changed their name to FedEx because I think they thought that name sounded cooler, but I don't think any name is cooler when it has X in it, especially when they know where you live and they're driving around your neighborhood all day long. So the other day, you know Google, I've been starting to personify Google as like this suave librarian that you can go to and he knows where everything is. You know, you're like, hey man, do you know where I can find this movie that's still in the theaters? Sure, buddy, it's right over there in this section. Cool, I like this song. Do you know where I can get the record? Yeah, man, it's right over here. And so the other day I was looking at the internet and I found this picture of a family at Animal Kingdom. And the dad was kind of tall, and his head blocked out the M and the I in animal, so it looked like it said Anal Kingdom. And I thought that was really funny, so I'm like, shit, I bet there's a bunch of pictures like this on the internet. So I go and I ask my little Google librarian, I'm like, Anal Kingdom, Animal Kingdom? And I start looking at all the results, and nothing looks anal to me. I don't know what went wrong, and I go back up to the top, and it turns out they gave me the old lady Google librarian instead. She's like, honey, are you sure you meant Animal Kingdom? That's not your regular style of searching. It's not in this section. We have a guest in the children's reading room later, and we've had our cat for 13 years, and it's got cancer, so pet it at your own risk. Thanks, old lady Google, for fucking my search up. So I'm married, and that's awesome because I actually really like my in-laws. When I hang out with them, it almost feels like I was invited to some super secret party. Secret party you get an invitation to by fucking somebody who's already at that party. When you meet a new girl, you know, like when I met my wife's dad, I was a little intimidated because dads will take you aside and say shit like, hey, be respectful of my daughter. But that's not the guy you really need to worry about. You need to worry about her grandpa. Because he'll take you aside and he'll be like, you gotta respect my daughter or else I'm gonna call up one of my buddies that lives in your hometown and he's gonna cut your kneecaps off. And nobody will ever suspect him because he's 85 and he doesn't know how to work a GPS. Jellyfish. No jelly, no fish. What's the deal there? You know, whenever I feel like someone's watching me, I make sure I say so really loud. That way I'm sure I'm right. So, a few people know this, but Frodo Baggins, the Hobbit, actually had a younger brother in the first draft, Douche Baggins. But they had to cut him out because he kept cleaning all the ladies' vaginas. The 50s, man, it was a weird time for literature. So I get up pretty early in the mornings, and the other day I had to go outside to put the trash out, and when I came back inside, there's like a bat in my living room, just like swooping around my living room, and I turned into like a 6-year-old girl. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? How do I get rid of this bat? So my little engineering brain is like, shit, I'm gonna go grab a towel, throw it on the bat, then throw the towel-bat combo out the door, problem solved, right? I turn to get a towel, I come back, the fucking bat is gone. Like I should have kept my eye on the prize. So I'm like, I'm walking around every corner, like tiptoeing, like at any minute, like a vampire bat can come down and just like scratch the shit out of me. When a bat is loose in your house, it turns your house into a haunted house. So I'm looking in the pantry, I'm in the kitchen, I don't see any bats, so I'm thinking, shit, old friend Google, right? Go to Google and I'm like, how to smoke out a bat. Turns out bats have bested the internet. There is no good answer to this question. And it's getting late, like I'm headed to work, so I'm like justifying it in my head. I'm like, shit, You know, he probably squeezed through that little hole between the AC and the window. It's cool. And I go about my day, and 2 days later I'm having a pillow talk with a lady, and I accidentally mentioned, oh, I found a bat in the house the other day. And she goes, I hope you caught it. And I'm like, no. And a word to the wise, my friends, don't ever tell your wife there was creepy vermin in your house and you cannot verify that it's gone. That's like your landlord saying, yeah, we had a serial mugger in the neighborhood, but we think he moved. Hey, so Wolverine, Edward Scissorhands, and Freddy Krueger are all acting in a scene, and the actor says, cut. And so you guys ever play with one of these 20 question machines? It's like a little handheld machine, and you think of an item like, oh, I'm a hot air balloon, and the 20 question machine says, can you fit in the trunk of my car? And you say no, and after a certain amount of questions, oh, you're a hot air balloon. Holy shit, this thing is genius. But you know what the one thing it can never guess is? Itself. Think about you, little buddy, you're never gonna get it. The day you use one of those machines and it guesses itself, you need to drive to that factory and burn it down. First up, 20 questions. Next thing you know, cops are asking you if you know Sarah Connor. And that's all I have. Thank you very much.